years have come and gone since that day. How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
Hey guys, let me just do a quick thing because I may or may not have forgotten to do a thing before stream today. Where is it? Where did I? Oh, hang on. I'm a professional, I swear. And now it's still doing the thing. Hang on, wait for it, wait for it. Alright, there it is. Much better. Do we have that positioned properly? Yes. There! Okay. And I will worry about the BRB screen later. Anyway, wait! No! Wait! There we go. Alright. Now. Let's... Oh, wait a minute. Did I log off on the right character? Before I accidentally dox myself. What server? Oh no, I almost... Okay. Whoops, that's not the right server. There we go. Okay, much better. Alright. So, we are back into the game. We've got a definitely not dead body, question mark, to go investigate. But yeah, no, basically I took screenshots after last stream to make new, like, starting soon and BRB screens and stuff. Since I just use screenshots and edit them in GIMP for that. And then I forgot to actually, like, add text to them and put them into OBS. So, haha. And now I'm questioning, I might go back at some point and retake those screenshots because I might have a different glamour I want to use for my Shadowbringers, like, glamour. But we'll worry about that later. First, let's get to the beach. See, I told you guys, if we trust in MSQ and trust in quests in general, the ether currents will come. Here, he's breathing, I think, though he won't last long without help. Guess it's a good thing we're here then. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. Okay. I'll get Alpha know using his firewood gathering skills. Hi, Octa! I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever going to repay this kindness? You can start by telling us what happened. We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. See, even Alphino agrees. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited into Yulmore to work as an artist. Oh, right. We're coming up on that actually happening, huh? Thanks for the points donation, Octa. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures of them, or for them. But when my style proved contrary to their tastes, they just as— Ah! Oh, well, I guess it happened. Sneak peek at lore, question mark? Ah! Why would you do this to me? But yeah. Anyway, cool. Now we can come up with other things to be community challenges. Anyway, I should probably get back to reading. Where was I? Okay. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them. But when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. Should that be turned me out? I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Wait, no. Well, no, because horror games is the reward for, like, donations and stuff. We'll have to think of something else. I can't make it that easy for you guys, and there's a pretty big donation goal that I might be— I have to figure things out as of, like once November starts, but there might be a pretty big donation goal I'm gonna be setting up soon. But yeah. Also, Octa, you should, like, actually join in on Phasmo with us sometime. Smile. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Or luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have accounted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. Lovely. Ah, that fire's chased the chill from my bones. Thank you again. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. I guess that answers my question from Sunday about whether or not it gets cold here. Away into the city. Also, for anybody who hasn't heard, we did hit 50 subscribers. So we are going to, and the poll results are in. So we are going to be doing Sigma Escape. Minimum item level, Savage. No Echo. On Sunday, starting at 4:30 Central. Train! Yep. If you want in on that, make sure to say so in Discord. We are using like reacts to figure out who's gonna be what. Hey there, Alphino. I wonder what Tristal will do now. What? Wait, this mount? This is the Shadowbringers Collector's Edition mount. This is the Granny. Basically, the mounts I have on my hotbar for each expansion are that expansion's Collector's Edition, and then whatever mounts MSQ gives. All Black Mage run of Train. No, you guys... Look, man, me doing the Alliance raids on Black Mage is already going to be the reward for if we can get to 25 paid subs, so... You know, can't double dip on that one. Unless I magically get to 25 paid subs before Sunday. Then maybe I'll think about it, but you probably want me on Bard. I wonder... Oh, I already talked to Alphino, that's right. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And, if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach. But since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. Okay, so the 50 subs are including gift subs. Yeah, the 25 sub goal is, or for me to do Alliance raids on Black Mage is for 25 subs excluding gift subs. Cause, like, I am super appreciative of gift subs and stuff, but I can't necessarily budget off of that. So yeah, if you're not already subbed to the channel, you should definitely, and that, so the goal is basically, if I can get to 25 paid subs before I finish Shadowbringers, or base Shadowbringers, or by the time I finish base Shadowbringers, yeah. Yeah, primes count, traditional paid subs count, I just, you know, paid subs / prime subs are more guaranteed to be renewed than gifted subs, so that's why I'm super appreciative of gifted subs, but I am also pushing for like non-gifted subs. And 25 is the sweet spot I'm aiming for because that'll guarantee that I get like a payout from Twitch every month, since the minimum is $50. Anyway, MSQ. To be you should take this. What's this? It's my favorite paintbrush. The Yomoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. To be fair, Alphino doesn't need to borrow somebody's paintbrush for that. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I'd give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. Oh, buddy. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place. Not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and find a new profession. And I'll keep you in my prayers from now on until my dying day. It's very weird hearing the old version of the music, though. But yeah, Amarang music, super good. Calusia music, strange, because it's a different... It changes after a certain point in MSQ. Should you make it into the city, have care that what you say and do. I wouldn't want you to save my life only to lose your own. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristel has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. That being said, hey, I'm good again! The Amarang music gives me, like, late 90s, early 2000s anime vibes, and that's the only way I know how to describe it. Like, there are certain pieces of music in this game where I'm like, this makes me think of Ghost in the Shell standalone complex and, like, Wolf's Rain and Witch Hunter Robin. I don't care that I'm aging myself. I've already said we're celebrating my 34th birthday on stream next month, so... But yeah, just, it gives me old, like, Adult Swim vibes. Or, like, the anime that used to be on Adult Swim. Or, like, even, like, old Toonami vibes. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course. But enough to play the role, I would hope. Alphino's just like every other fucking artist out there, where he's like, oh yeah, like, I'm not that good. Like, here's a sketch I did, and it's like a fucking masterpiece that probably took them days to do. I'm like, that's not a sketch. That's art. That is maybe not, like, maybe you think, like, maybe you can do better, and maybe, like, it's a sketch compared to other stuff you can do, but... You did full color and rendering on that, my dude. That's shaded. Just a sketch. We will, yeah. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant? Sure, assistant. I guess you wouldn't have any need for a bodyguard. So, assistant, sure. Then it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Should you make it into the city... yeah, should you make it into the city, have... Oh yeah, he already said this. Alright. Oh, side quest time! Before we leave? Oh, I think I remember some of the side quests that are in here too. Alright. There might be a chain that we need to get through. Yeah. The Village of Woe. Ulysse appears to have been awaiting your arrival. Excuse me, but you're the lady Alphino was traveling with, aren't you? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. Name's Shizune. Ah, Shizune. How lovely to meet you. Kabow! Shizune, how lovely to meet you. My name is Ulysse, and I'm the acting village mayor. I was hoping someone of your talents would pass through right before long. Thing is, I need to visit someone at Stonegazer, but I'm afraid to walk the path alone. Do you think you could provide an escort? Sure, that's one of my many jobs. The Kupo sound scared the hell out of you. Yeah, now imagine if I'd been playing a horror game when that happened. You see, there was an incident a while back where a veteran band of hunters was badly mauled. Simply mentioning that it's unsafe to wander outside the village these days would be enough to bring back memories of that grisly scene, which is why it's been so difficult to even bring up the subject. Also, fun fact, so when I was playing Silent Hill, there was, you know, Silent Hill's music is very good about, like, having noises in it that are just, like, environmental, like, clanging and stuff like that. So there was a chain rattling noise that I thought was, from the game. Hey, Zev, do you want to tell the class or show the class what you did? Yeah, that one. Thank you, Octavia. I thought that was part of the game's soundtrack. And then, like, I was doing maps with Zev with my FC last week, and Zev was like, yeah, that sound effect seems to be doing, like, a good job of spooking you. Like, that was you! Clearly, I have given certain individuals too much power. But such does not change the fact that the roads are indeed dangerous. Pray meet me on the path to the north, and be prepared to fend off the wildlife. Just as soon as Yeah, thank you for the head pats. I'll accept that as apology for all of the attempted scares. Let's see here. Fenwa. Hang on, is that Fenwa or Thenoise? It's probably Thenoise. This is in Ishgard. You're lucky it's still October. Thenoise watches the path to the shipyard with anxious eyes. Oh, who are you? Forgive me. It's not often we see travelers in right. What with how dangerous it is hereabouts. Lucky? Yes, lucky. I even worry for my husband taking the road down to the shipyard, and he's as strong as a Talos. He has been gone a good while, though. If you're headed that way, would you please let him know his wife is expecting him at home? Yes, I did know it's dangerous. Thank you. Hastelot is in over his head. I'm sorry, Miss... Please tell me you're a warrior of some kind? No, I carry around this giant sword for fashion. You see, there's a gang of bandits who've moved into the area. They used to be residents of Yulmore, but were exiled for stealing from free citizens. Now they've taken to stealing from us instead, and anyone who tries to stand up to them gets a good beating for their trouble. Folks say they're former soldiers, and seeing how those bastards fight, I'm inclined to believe them. We're just farmers here. We need someone who can stand up to them. Someone who knows their way around a weapon. Could you be that person for us? Leave it to me. You'll teach them a lesson then? Oh, thank you. Sunday. Hopefully. Hopefully we get through all 4 fights. We've already hatched a plan to track down their camp. Poked a hole in a harvest sack and left it as bait. There's a trail of grain now, leading away from the village to the east, so you might want to start your search there. Soon TM? Yeah. Mosh? Wasn't there someone else whose name was Moa something? I know that's like the naming convention for... What are they called here again? Misto? Or is that... Am I thinking Final Fantasy 11? Yeah, there was Mosha Moa and then there's Moa Mosh? Almost certainly related. If not married. Moa Mosh has a supernatural story to share. Do you want to hear a ghost story? Of course you do. Yeah, sure, Alphino's not here. What's misspelled? Did I misspell it? Oh, shit. Hang on. Let me fix that. I think I got Kefka and Kafka confused. Let's call it the curse of being a creative writing major, which is basically a lit major with extra steps. Let's see here. Commands. That's not it. Platforms. Here we go. Surely I spelled it correctly somewhere. There, fixed. The old pig farm over yonder once belonged to a family known as the Greeleys. Should still be there, right? Okay. It was around, 10 winters ago now, that their entire sty was butchered by a pack of wild animals. The farm never recovered, and the family scattered to the winds. The Greeley's daughter and her betrothed sought refuge here in Wright, but misfortune's grasp would not surrender them so easily. The lad was slain by Dakaiosin last year, when the Eater attacked our village. And the lass, mad with grief, threw herself from the bridge that bears her family's name, drowned right there in the river. Ever since, folk have avoided that spot, convinced that Greeley Bridge is haunted by the girl's anguished spirit. You think the tale a tall one? Go to the bridge yourself then and call out her name. Ismela. Forthright farmer has a mystery to share. Excuse me, miss. You seem to be the well-traveled sort. Would you be willing to accompany me to the clave in return for a reward? I'm willing to do a lot of things in return for a reward. There's a bit of a problem, see. We take turns manning the watchtowers hereabouts, but the last few folk have been driven away from that lighthouse post by sudden and terrible headaches. Every single one of them remembers hearing some sort of screeching wail. We don't know if we're dealing with a sea witch or a roaming banshee, but they all agree the sound is awful enough to chill your blood. How fortunate for me, then, that I have you to back me up. Pray allow me to pray follow me to the clave. We can solve this mystery together. Where is this last quest? Here we go. Bonded servant. Excuse me, miss, but are you a fellow visitor here? But you are a fellow visitor here, yes? I wonder if you would be willing to perform for me a trifling service. I serve a particular family in the Umoran elite. and it is at the behest of my patron, a man with a discerning taste for fine drink, that I have ventured to the famous breweries of Wright. Famous breweries? Here? Oh, do you not partake yourself? Otherwise, you would surely be aware of Wright's incomparable ale and its glowing reputation amongst the privileged of Yumor. In recent years, however, it seems distribution of this golden liquid has ground to a halt, and thus have I been sent to make a purchase directly from their source. What do they think is gonna happen when everybody's leaving to join, or to, like, move to Yulmore? Look, Final Fantasy branded horror I can usually handle. Did I get way too anxious playing Final Fantasy 15 because it feels like people had multiple ideas of what that game should be? And I feel like somebody on the dev team wanted to make a Final Fantasy horror game? The dungeons are terrifying, and, like, I feel like this back half of the game, it isn't that different from Dead Space. You're walking through, like, you have no real weapon. You're walking through, yeah, chapter 13. Like, you're walking through this, like, place. You're separated from your companions. You don't really have a good way to fight, at least in the beginning. And even once you have a good way to fight, like, you can't tell which of the robots are even alive, because sometimes they're just laying on the ground and you think they're dead until they grab you by the leg. Imagine if the game hadn't been rushed and we'd gotten to spend more time in the world of Ruin. Yeah. It, like, honestly, I know part of it is the game development got fucked up in terms of being rushed and all sorts of other issues. But I do also feel like there wasn't a cohesive vision of what the game was supposed to be. So on one hand, you have a boy band, bachelor party, road trip. On the other hand, it does feel like somebody wanted to make a Final Fantasy horror game and managed to get their ideas slipped in with the rest of the game. Like, I don't mind the taking away of, like, abilities and stuff, because you do get, like, it is a good way to, like, introduce new mechanics to the game. It happened way too late in the game for something like that, honestly. Also, I feel like I liked the game better before I did episode Arden, because they tried really hard to make him seem sympathetic. But then also his brother is so like, oh, like, my brother, you were a sinner, I had to do this, I'm sorry. And so it's like, I feel like there's either people couldn't make up their mind on if Arden was supposed to be sympathetic or not. What? Final Fantasy 15? We're talking about Final Fantasy 15, not 14, Koto. What? Oh, you're right. I will update it after stream. Oh, you have 15? I mean, at least most of the dungeons are, like, you'll probably get jumpy, because I know I got jumpy. Most of the dungeons are optional, and you do have your bros to protect you. Just do what I did and don't stay out at night too much. Just, like, when it starts getting dark, just send the boys to bed. How are you liking Old Gods of Appalachia? I've been meaning to re-listen to it since October. Obsessed? Yes, excellent, good. It's such a good podcast, and Steve Shell has such a nice voice to listen to. And just, God, the characters are so good. Definitely one of my favorite horror podcasts. I'm so glad I managed to, like, get somebody else into it. Yeah, like, I have such mixed feelings about 15 because, buy 9 anyway, because A, we don't know what the remake is gonna be. We don't know what those rumors are. We don't know how long it's gonna take. Also, either way, the original version of 9 is incredible. See, my problem is with 15, I think I find the alternate timeline from Iggy's DLC more compelling than the actual, like, canon. I want to play through the game where Noctis and the others think Iggy has betrayed them and what they went through with that. And, like, the thing is, Iggy's ending, like the alternate timeline ending. Yeah, I know I'm yapping, and I stopped everything to yap. But, like, I know, okay, here's the thing, I don't entirely buy, I have a headcanon about 15, like, it's canon ending, that Noctis didn't actually die. Because it's implied that he lived in the alternate timeline from Iggy's ending, and I don't think enough in that ending changed to justify saying that Noctis lived in one but died in the other. And like we see Luna's body like just turn into light in Iggy's DLC. And I'm saying, like, that's not actually technically a body. What if the gods were... And this feels like more of a Final Fantasy ending. What if the gods were so impressed by Noctis' willingness to sacrifice himself for his kingdom that they spared him and gave him Luna back? Because otherwise, like, a lot of the stuff that they build up in 15, about, like, how the nation needs their king and, like, how much the people love Noctis and stuff, like, it kind of invalidates it and cheapens it if he just, like, dies in the end. I love Final Fantasy 16, but I have very similar feelings about how 16 is implied to have ended. Just because, like, 16 is still, like, one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, but... Spoilers for 16. Everybody, like, leave for, like, a minute if you don't want to get spoiled on 16. And I'll give it, like, a few seconds. Okay, so here's the thing with 16 is that it's at least implied but never really confirmed that Clive and Joshua die, although Clive does use his Phoenix powers on Joshua and heals his wounds, so I don't know if he actually died. And we do get the book at the very end with Joshua's name on it. But like, the game ends with heavy implications that Clive dies, which really cheapens the fact that the whole game is Clive being like, hey, Sid, fuck your whole plan of saving people so that they can die on their terms. How about we live on our own terms and like be free of all the like discrimination that our society currently has? And so if they kill off the character who's like been pushing for that the entire time, it feels like it really undermines the theme of the game. So that's why I don't like the idea of them having died in the end, because it just like it feels like it undermines a lot of things. Okay, spoilers over. Let's finish this side quest, huh? Because I have been sitting here for a while just yapping. Also, guys, there's a bingo board. Shizu stops everything and yaps is in fact one of the bingo board things. So mark that off on your bingo board. Exclamation bingo if you don't have a board. It's also linked in the Discord. Anyway. Oh, that's also... Just to warn you guys, hey, such and such thing undermines theme that's established in story. It's also something I'm probably gonna bitch about when we get to Endwalker. So, be prepared for that. I have opinions about certain characters and how they were written. In recent years, however, it was purchased directly from the source. Okay. Well, the source is in Lakeland. Haha. A simple task, you might think. Except the people of Wright are not overly receptive to visitors from Yulmore. Downright dismissive, in fact. Okay, no, if you... Look, man, Shizu has opinions would be a second free space. That's not fair. Do you understand my dilemma? I need you to speak to the villagers and procure a supply of ale in my stead. A service for which you will be paid most handsomely. Hey, can you get me some beer? Yeah, except I think I remember what happened. You're wanting to buy some Wright ale? Well, now, he was indeed famous for our ale once, but that age is long past. Any barley we grow these days is bound for the oven or the cooking pot. There's not to be spared for brewing beers and the like. You put that young back to work bring in the harvest, though, and I might be convinced to part with a bottle from my private stock. Sure, let me just use my giant sword to, like, harvest wheat, I guess, or barley or whatever. Barley. Can you tell I don't know a thing about alcohol? I will take that experience now. Or wait, this is even the end of the... Oh my god. Wait. Okay, you're gonna have to explain where fire came into all of this. Was he, like, trying to save time, or is that, like, an actual valid thing that he was doing? You've brought me my barley, then. Yep, here you go. Thank you, lass. There's fewer hands around to help out ever since the... It's a good drop, our Wright ale is. Slides down the throat like honeyed sunshine, so they say. And before you know it, you've downed the whole damn bottle. Drink it slow and easy, lass, or you'll be waking up with a sore head come the morrow. Why would you leave fire unattended? Were you successful in your bargaining? Kinda? Ale so smooth it's said to slide down one's throat like honeyed sunshine. I see. That would explain why the trickle of ale into Yulmore has ceased altogether. I shall report this situation to my patron and see what can be provided in the form of laborers and surplus comestibles. In any case, I thank you for securing this precious bottle, kind traveler. Your payment as promised. I'm sorry, he said he was going to pay me handsomely. That was 700 gil. I know the people of Yulmore are so rich that they have, like, no concept of money. Especially since, like, their society works by having everybody, like, turn in their belongings and, like, not having to worry about it or whatever the fuck, but... Here we go. Scattered grain. of Grain continues to the east. I could get more gil than that by NPCing some of the stuff that I just, like, sell on the market board. And I get, like, mechanically, in terms of... Pretty commoner. I have, like, 7 mil in my retainers. They can get fucked. But like, I get it's to stop bots from just like playing through the game for gil and then selling that gil, but Trail of Grain takes a sharp turn to the south. They did also give me a lot of experience and what was a copper? Ring? Do I need another ring? Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I super do. Let's actually use that on Dark Knight. Because I could use the better stats and an increase in item level. Like, mechanically and, like, game design-wise, I get why quests give so little. I just find it really funny when it's when, like, the NPCs are saying that, like, oh yeah, I'm paying you so much by giving you these pennies. Bah! We've got us a sneaky rat, boys. Better grab it by the tail before it squeaks to its mates. I think there's been a misunderstanding here. I'm not here to squeak. I'm here to make you squeal. I need to take this off my bar. It's not a Shadowbringers mount. Granted, MSQ doesn't give me a mount. What? Ah! Oh, hey, it worked. Thank you! I collect them? I don't hear anything. Maybe we should split up and have more of a look around. Once you're satisfied there's not to find, you can meet me back at the back here at the lighthouse. What? No, it's the plushies squeak when they hit me. And Ash threw multiple plushies at me. So they all squeaked? Yeah, like that. Also, Ash, damn it! Thank you. Oh, over here? Here we go. You think you hear a faint noise, but maybe you imagined it. These horns don't imagine things. Extra bits, they say. Oh, weird. The waters here swell and crash with cacophonous violence, rivaling the stormy seas of Lenosha. Gee, I wonder why that might be. I wonder why this place might be getting compared to Lenosha, of all places. Can I jump? Is this a shortcut? There we go. hear nothing but the lapping of the waves. Nonsense. I may not have level Dragoon on this character, but I'm the Warrior of Light. I have legs of steel. Also, jumping off high places is a time-honored shortcut in this house, so I have lots of practice. If any bones were ever broken, they've healed so many times over that I truly do have legs of steel. Where the fuck is he? Uh-oh. What? Oh, here. Are you all right? I heard it. That terrible voice. Ah, the pain. I can feel my head splitting in half. The farmer seems to be in no state to talk. Perhaps you can soothe him with a few calming words. I think I might live. Thank you. That keening din seems to pierce my very skull. I've never heard the likes of it. If there truly exists a sea witch who murders sailors with her cursed screams, that is how I imagine her voice would sound. I more meant, like, don't bones get stronger after they break and heal? So my bones have just broken and healed so many times that they're invincible and unbreakable now. Having so many splints in place that everything is held in place is the Warrior of Light's mental health state. The Echo, blame the Echo. Sure. I've never heard the likes of it. Oh, yeah, I already read that. It's always the Echo. It is always the Echo. At least now we know which areas are too dangerous to approach. Come, we must return to right.
Sickness must be purged!
It actually got me. Come, we must return to right so I can share this with the others. You know what? Okay, no, I know an easier way to do what I wanted to do. Well, I don't have a To Me My Nights one, okay? Now that I've had a chance to calm down, I feel a little embarrassed by my earlier behavior. I think stories of sea witches and the like may have fed my panic. But not everyone puts stock in those old tales, it seems. There's talk of a girl from Gatetown who's been— Oh! I wonder if you can only do this quest when you— Okay. No, I know what this is about. Aaron, hydrate time? Yeah, I know. I knew it was referencing her being a bad singer. This is in reference to the quest we did on Sunday. But not everyone puts stock in those old tales, it seems. There was talk of a girl from Gatetown who's taken to visiting the lighthouse to practice her sing. Wait, you don't think that awful Keening could have been— No, surely not. You have hot cocoa if that counts? Only if you share. Thank you for standing by me during that terrifying ordeal. And be wary of wailing sea witches should you find yourself near the glaive again. I didn't realize... Right. Okay. You took care of them? I can hardly believe it. We worked long and hard for the food we harvest, and to have it all snatched away by those brutes. You'd think that with all that training and discipline, they'd have an easy time adjusting to an honest life in the field. But I suppose some men are cruel by nature. Oop, ads. Okay, I should have waited to finish this quest until after the ads, but I'm going to step away for like a minute. Everybody stretch, grab snack, grab drink. Go potty if you gotta go potty. Ugh. Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry I was gone so long. If I had realized I would be, I would have put up the BRB screen. But anyway. Oh no, Ash, you're getting sick? Please take care of your health. Alright. Thank you. I grabbed dinner. And then got caught in a conversation with my mom. Because I was on a walk earlier today. And I saw... Oh no, is everybody getting sick? I woke up today not feeling great. And I don't know if it's because I hadn't taken any caffeine yet, if I was dehydrated, or if I'm coming down with something. But haha. Everybody take care of yourselves. It's going to be that time of year. Get your vaccinations. Flu shot, COVID shot. Drink your vitamin C. Take your vitamins. Yeah, the temperature thing doesn't help. I mean, I don't leave the house a whole lot because I work from home. But yeah. Anyway, there's a Barnes & Noble opening up on the route that I walk, which is very dangerous for me. The only thing that's saving me right now from, like, going in there and buying something every time I walk past it once it opens is the fact that I don't have the money for that right now. If I had disposable income, I would be in trouble. Anyway. Oh. Right, okay. Let me finish this quest. At least there are good people like you still around to renew my faith in the world. You have our thanks. Man, the ad couldn't wait like 30 seconds for me to finish that line of dialogue before starting. Ah! Wait! Get Shizu a book fund right now. It's the Get Shizu stream branding and or like channel branding and a VTuber model. Oh, right. I wanted to save that for last because I'm pretty sure that is a whole ass chain. Very important stuff. I mean, yeah, it's the more I build up my brand as a VTuber, hopefully the more of a return I'll get in the long run. I do want the channel to look more polished. So depending on what my payout from Twitch is next month, I might go ahead and commission somebody for some stuff. Yeah, I want to look more professional. Like, it was one thing for me to be all scrappy and stuff and be holding my channel together with bubblegum and a prayer when I was just like a normie streamer, but I do want to put more care into it now that I am an affiliate. Like, even if this is ends up just being a side hustle, it's a side hustle I want to take seriously. Eh? Something I can do for you, stranger? Your wife is worried about you? Well, beat me with a hammer. Has it been that long? I was aiming to salvage the planks from this old hole, but she's given me more trouble than I bargained for. Bit of a waste to to leave all this lumber lying around. Not much call for seaworthy ships since the light made up half the world, you understand. Also, excuse me, hang on. I inhaled weird. But I was just gonna say, also, I don't know if side hustle is the right word for it. I don't want to ever work a corporate job ever again, so it might just be hustle. You know, multifaceted. If I can ever get my craft room situation set up, I might start selling stuff on Etsy. Fuck carpos. Yeah, let's put it this way. I lost my job back in January and decided, fuck it, I am gonna do something with my degree. So I am getting your foot in the door is really hard, but I am pushing to become like a freelance editor. I just need clients. And I'm working on a book to get published in the spring. And then on top of that, you've got like, I'm working on a thing for Patreon, which is another story, and I'm working on a thing for coffee. Which is also a writing thing, but it's a writing thing that's connected to the Twitch channel. It's gonna be like stories about my VTuber, or well, the VOC that my VTuber is. Shizu lore, yeah. I mean, the first chapter is gonna be free, and that's her origin. And then, you know, she's a magical girl, so I'm gonna write about her adventures as a magical girl. I have ideas, I just need to write them. But yeah, so I'd rather be making small amounts of money from multiple sources that make me feel fulfilled. Because honestly, like, financially, I'm not in a great place right now, but my mental health compared to last year is in such a better place. Like, you know it's bad when being unemployed gives you better mental health than being employed did. I haven't really changed my lifestyle much compared to last year. You know, it's not like I'm working out more or anything like that compared to last year. I've still lost 10 pounds. And I think it's just because the stress from my previous job was causing me to retain weight. And so when I wasn't working that job anymore and I wasn't as stressed out or dealing with like constant anxiety and my manager being super ableist and awful, it resulted in my mental health being better, and that resulted in my physical health being better. This is why taking care of yourself from all angles is so important, guys. So yeah. I'd rather hustle doing things that I love and make less money than... I was working like a minimum wage job to begin with. I mean, we're barely above minimum wage for where I live. Let me actually fact check myself on something. Okay, yeah, so I was making like $2 above minimum wage per hour for where I live. So it was not worth it. Yeah, I'm on my comeback arc right now. Also, hi, not a name, what's up? I worked in logistics, specifically on the LTL side, doing like data entry stuff. So, you know, cool people work in logistics because it's a lot of like, I mean, some people go in there because they want to work in logistics. There's also a lot of people though who are like creatives who just like land in logistics because it's a paycheck. And so you, like, they don't give a shit about like dyed hair or tattoos or anything like that. And the people, like my immediate co-workers for the most part, and like the fact that I wouldn't have to change my hair was why I liked working in it, because you may have noticed that the civilian form of of Shizune has brown hair that turns purple at the ends. That is what I like. That is my hair IRL. Like, on one hand, paycheck is a paycheck. On the other hand, it's not like the health insurance that we were getting from it was very good, and it was fucking up my mental health. And like, I think I'm just, because like my parents were both artists who ended up doing a self-employed thing. My parents were landlords, kind of by accident. They kind of fell into it because of some stuff that was going on in our neighborhood when they first moved here. So I grew up watching my parents do like the whole self-employed thing, and I think, especially with how I'm built mentally in terms of like my ADHD and stuff, I'm better off being my own boss and being able to set my own schedule. than working a corporate job that's gonna absolutely destroy me. So yeah. And that is why we're here today. I mean, I've been streaming for 6 years. I was streaming even when I was working the corporate job. But, you know, I didn't make affiliate until after I was starting to do the writing and the freelancing thing, so could never do corporate. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good learning experience. It's just, I'm not built for it. And that's why it slightly bugs me when... Oh no, I haven't bitched about this on stream before. So when people tell streamers, like when drama happens and they're just like, oh my god, you should just get a real job if you can't handle it. Like, people being shitty is just their own issue of like people being shitty. But telling people to get a real job and like acting like streaming isn't, especially if you're doing it on a professional level, isn't a real job is super problematic. Especially considering how many VTubers there are out there who have health problems or are disabled. And they're very open about the fact that they have these health issues or disabilities or whatever. Like, could you imagine if somebody told Iron Mouse to get a real job? That's super fantastic, Ash. I'm really happy for you. Like, the problem is, too, like, what they say about how people don't quit jobs, they quit managers is absolutely true, and I think it goes for firing, too, sometimes, where people don't get fired from jobs, they get fired from their managers. Because like, I had a different manager when I started at my company, and she was fantastic. And then, like, they decided to move me to a different team that I did not volunteer for. And I hated my new manager. Like, she and I just did not click. And she was super ableist, and it was an absolute nightmare. So. What, people don't quit jobs, they quit managers? Yeah, there are certain YouTubers who, like, will give advice on job hunting or, like, working in, especially in the corporate world, and it comes up all the time in the comments and in their videos. But yeah, the thing that makes a job isn't the job itself, it's your manager and the people you work for. If you're working with people who you like being around, and for a manager that, like, will have your back, and that, like, if you're working for a manager that has your back and, like, that you enjoy working for, you will go to war for them happily. If you have a manager that, like, is awful and makes your life miserable, you will, like, even if you love the job, you will hate you will want to quit. You have 6 jobs? Hang on, I have to think about this for a second off the top of my head. I still have all of my tanks. Granted, some of my tanks aren't at straight 90. Some of them are a little bit above 90. You're making me do this by memory because we're talking about a different character. White Mage, I should be able to get to 65 tonight, or 95. Scholar and Summoner are at 96 right now. And then I have my tanks, and I have like 4 melee DPS left. Loving your work and loving your job are 2 different things. Absolutely. When I do Dragoon, let you know? Okay, will do. Wait, is this so that you can, like, judge me and how bad I am at Dragoon? No, wait, no. Wait, Zev, be nice to me. Oh. Let me finish this quest also. We're just, like, sitting here in the middle of a quest. So I reckon it were better for a woodworker like me to put it to good use. These boards, though, they're so tightly joined I can't pull the bleeding things loose. Here, do me a favor and sprinkle some of this powder on the joints along the keel. I'll help working on this end, and with any luck, I can make it home before the wife stops down here to fetch me herself. We do. I mean, this is... I've made this joke with some writer friends of mine before, where, like, you put a bunch of writers in a room together and they all have ADHD, they're just gonna spend the entire time talking about writing. Talking about their stories, talking about, like, whatever, and then it's gonna diverge into talking about, like, the hobbies of what, or, like, the hobbies that inspired them to write about such and such thing. I honestly, like, what I'd love to do someday is, especially if I get big enough, like, maybe if they want to have my writer friends on the stream so that we can talk about their writing and stuff. And we can just do, like, writing, promotional things together. Boy, oh boy. We'll see what kind of... We'll have to have a counter for how many times we just, like, go off topic. I definitely know when my books are ready to release. I at least want to do a stream for, like, the actual release day. I'm trying to decide between release day or, like, when pre-orders go live, or if I want to do both and just do, like, on-stream launch parties for my books. That would be, or that should do the trick. Powdered fire crystal is the best thing for melting wood glue. Just pour on a little water and the steam will take care of the rest. This ought to be a one-man job now, thanks to you. Oh, and if you could let Thenois know, I'll be done within the hour. Then you'll have helped me out of 2 rough spots today. Don't sort the fire crystal. Is that medical advice? Is that your professional medical opinion? Snort the fire crystal. Well, let's see here. The nursing student says don't. The channel sponsor says do. So I don't know what to do now. I guess I'll just have you guys fight it out, and whoever wins is the person I'll listen to. I have ADHD and I take caffeine tablets to self-medicate it. I'm already having an explosion in my head. Oh yeah, Octo, what does the fire crystal taste like? Also, here's the destination. With the, oh, right, type of thing. Bismillah? Did I spell it right? Hang on, I can barely... Oh, my caps lock is on. Whoops. Oh, I listen to medical advice. Ooh, would it be like pop rocks? Wait, that is a very compelling question. I mean, if it's gonna burn off your taste buds, what's the difference between that and eating spicy food? There we go. Also, I made a mistake. I took a bite of my hamburger while I was heading towards this quest, and now it's made me realize how hungry I am. Just normal burger. No cheese. I did a dumb thing. And bit into food and then remembered, oh right, I need to read this quest. Okay. He's all right then? Well, that's a relief. Wright's had its share of troubles, and a wife does worry. What, he had you helping strip planks? The cheek of that man! Still, we're lucky his father taught him the trade at all, even if he uses those skills to take ships apart instead of building them. A woodworker puts food on the table, so I'm grateful to his family for keeping up with their traditions. Aw, thank you for the bit, I. And I'm grateful to you for bringing me peace of mind. Please take this for your kindness. Yay! Ether current. There were 2 spirits? I think I see. The lady was with child. It truly was the ghost of Ismella, then. May their souls be returned to the sea of stars. We can but pray that such tragedy never again visits us in this lifetime. And pray forgive my frivolous words from before. I had thought only to give you a fright, and instead you gifted those spirits with the peace they deserved. Thank you. I do have a really dumb idea for a bit redeem thing. As a joke, just because I think it's really funny, I would love to like maybe set up an audio thing where if people donate 2 bits, it plays Shave and a Haircut. Let's do quest chain now. What's surprising is that a lot of people don't know that that is like that it's actually a song or like a jingle. Oh no, I was gonna like find like an actual melody of it because it actually is like a jingle. It's Shave and a Haircut 2 bits. And like when I was talking to my mom about this, she didn't realize. And I was like, yeah, it's a thing. And then I don't think, ooh, actually I should try. I'm not gonna say anything about this model until I actually have a chance to check it. I don't know if I don't know if this character has like a ball toggle. It would be funny though. You use that work at, or not at work to communicate? Okay, apparently, oh, I can't remember. I think it was the Vietnam War. They actually used it as a code. It was either that or World War II. What did like apparently it was a way that like prisoners of war would communicate with each other to confirm if it was like actually an American or if, like somebody posing as a prisoner. What did I tell you? I was barely 10 steps out of the village. Come, let us hurry along before more predators have a chance to gather. Thank you for the escort, Shizune. This is the gentleman I wished to speak with, so we needn't go any further. Luke. Are you wandering around by yourself out here? You know what kind of creatures lurk beyond the borders of the village. Ah, well, if it isn't Clifton's little girl. Something I can do for you, lass? Yes, sir. I came for an answer to my proposal from the other day. Have you given any thought to taking over as village mayor? I'm doing the best I can in the interim, but I have neither the age nor the wisdom to continue in the role, and the rest of the villagers agree with me. I'm fairly sure I told you nay once already. But seeing as you found a guard just so you could come and talk to me, then mayhap I will consider the idea, in exchange for a few small tasks. You will? Please, just tell me what I need to do. My friend, Clifton, your dear father, was looking for a sickle to cut some rope. Would you mind skipping back to the village and borrowing one for me? Nay, you thought he was a cat boy? I'm sorry, Nier? Is that better? Why would you... I mean, a sickle, was it? For cutting rope. That shouldn't be too difficult. I had only meant to ask you along for the one trip, but if I'm to complete these tasks, would you be willing to indulge me a while longer? Yeah, surely he misspoke. He definitely meant to say Nia. Something I can do for you, dear. Good day to you, young Ulysses. You look a little flustered, dear. Was there something I could help you with? And good day to you, madam. I was actually hoping to borrow a sickle. Is that all? Here, you can take this one. I have several spares, so there's no rush in returning it. Doing a spot of harvesting, are you? My thanks, but it's not for me exactly. I was asked to bring one for my father. Your father? Shadow, save me. Forgive me. If you're to accompany me in these tasks, then you deserve to know the whole story. It was my father, Clifton, who was the former mayor of Wright. And the incident I spoke of earlier was something that happened a year ago. One day, a stray sin-eater came prowling around and slaughtered nearly half the village. It was a waking nightmare. Some of the villagers blamed my father. They said it was because he refused to accept the protection of Yulmore. The sheer scale of the tragedy and the accusations that followed wore away at his conscience until finally he could bear the guilt no longer. He hanged himself. Luke, the old man we spoke to, was his closest friend, but considering how he worded his request, it seems he's reluctant to accept the fact of my father's death. Still, I would see this task to its end. Let us bring him this sickle, shall we? Are you sure the sickle isn't to cut your father down? Like, did he get left hanging? You didn't leave your father's body hanging from whatever rafter he hung himself from, did you? Incident. I'm pretty sure it's the same incident that gets referred to in the tank quests. Because they do reference, oh, I forget his name, but the Sin Eater from those quests when you're around here. Because that was a thing that happened. Okay. Did you bring it? Say, Luke, sir, we've brought the sickle you asked for. I mean, the body count sounds about right for that incident. Oh, good, good. Old Clifton will be glad to see this. Oh, sir. Thank you for staying with me, Shizune. This might be harder than I expected. Are you sure he's qualified to be mayor? I am grateful to have you with me, Shizune. Thank you again. Sailu, sir, I believe you had more tasks for me? Still here, are you? Yes, tasks. This man needs a therapist. There's a Talos of mine that's taking far too long to make its return. Probably busy tussling with some dim-witted predator. Go and see how it fares, and chase off anything slowing it down. But all the... you mean that, Talos? Pray follow me, my liege, Shizune. We'll find the Talos in question to the southwest of here, and I've no doubt there'll be dim-witted predators and plenty for you to deal with. A lot of people in this world need therapists. A lot of people in this game need therapists. I don't think, considering the fact that if therapists were a thing in Final Fantasy XIV, we wouldn't have a game. Like, there wouldn't be a plot. If therapists existed, a certain someone who's the catalyst for everything that happened in Endwalker would have gotten the therapy he needed, which would have meant the final days wouldn't have happened, which means the Ascians wouldn't have caused all the calamities. Imagine if Nidhogg had a therapist. Imagine if, the Mad King had a therapist in Alamigo. Imagine if the Garleans had therapists. It'd mean none of this would exist. It'd mean we'd be playing a very different game. And our character would literally just be Azam. Imagine if, yeah, like, imagine if the Ascians had a therapist. Imagine, like, imagine if a certain someone, actually, imagine if multiple certain someones from Dawntrail had therapists. The Ascians need grief counseling. Xenos needed a child therapist. Zoraljaw probably needed a child therapist. Sveen needed a child therapist. And a grief counseling. Because the reality is, like, I resonate with the fact that she was willing to do anything for her people. And that she loved her people so much. But girl needs to learn to let her people go. That whole society needed grief counseling. I wasn't even thinking of you, Ash. I was thinking Ash, the princess. Unless you're secretly Princess Shelia. Come to the real world. Reverse isekai? Here's the Talos Siluk was talking about. I think something's made a nest in there. I I know, but the reason why they got to that point in the first place is because, or like the reason why they don't get the opportunity to feel it is because people in the past couldn't handle all of the loss that they were experiencing. And like, I get that's incredibly traumatic, but they weren't dealing with it. And then they created Steam. Also, sorry, spoilers, but I guess mark that off on the bingo board. I mean, that's the tragic thing about Dawn Trail, is that it's kind of like in a world of magic, it's what happens when you don't have like grief counseling and stuff, and people don't deal with loss. I mean, that's also at Final Fantasy XIV in general, like what caused everything in the game to happen in the first place is people not being able to let go, but yeah. Oh no, not the sad music. Phew. I'm glad you were here. They must have burrowed in beneath the plates. I know Siluk implied the Talos was still moving, but as you can see, once upon a time, there'd be a line of these contraptions hauling materials down to the shipyard, step by ponderous step, which incidentally is how the slow road supposedly earned its name. But after Daedalus Stoneworks... Wait, it's called Daedalus? Hold on. The name of their company was Daedalus Stoneworks? Why did I not catch that before? Because I forgot who Daedalus was. Because it took me listening to the Magnus Archives to remember who Daedalus was. For anybody who needs to brush up on their Greek mythology, Daedalus was Icarus's father. Which then in turn is why the Daedalus space station in Magnus Archives is such a like fucked up thing to name your space station. I mean, they did it on purpose, but and I know one of the astronauts that was on that mission knew full well what they were doing. The other two, though, clearly did not know their Greek mythology. If they heard, oh yeah, we're naming our space station the Daedalus, and we want you on there, I would have heard that and been like, fuck no. Anyway. But after Daedalus Stoneworks closed down some 15 summers ago, there was no one left to make or maintain their creations. One by one, the Talos slowly fell into disrepair. This particular worker was damaged during that stray eater rampage, and it hasn't shifted an ilm ever since. It was always Siluk's favorite. Come, let us make our report. But yeah, in general, if somebody calls any kind of ship or aircraft like Daedalus something or Icarus something, they're not being subtle. At that point, you can't even call it foreshadowing. It's forehammering at that point. Nothing good will happen to that thing, or, like, even if that thing ends up fine, the people on it sure as fuck aren't. If only I had... Yeah, he knows. Say, Luke, sir. Shizune has cleared away the pests who were bothering your Talos. It should be left alone for the time being. Ah, excellent news. But I expect he'll need a good polishing when he returns. The most troublesome ones are often the most endearing, eh? Oh, sir. You've done me a fine service. Thank you. Indeed, thank you, Shizune. I never could have fought such creatures myself. If I might impose upon you for the next task as well? Yeah, sure. Thank you again for staying. I honestly could not do this without you. Luke, sir, were there any more tasks you had for us? Just one last thing. I want you to gather some pretty flowers from the split hole as a gift for my darling wife. She went out for her usual walk, but has not yet deigned to come home. I fear I may have said something to sour her mood. I... Understood. We shall gather a lovely bouquet for her then. Well, Shizune, will you accompany me to the cave for some flower picking? Did she also die during the incident? Yeah, no, for sure. Although, I'll be honest, a part of me, because if you talk to him outside the quest, he's like, if only, and he's crying. I think he knows full well that they're dead. And he's either doing this to test Ulysses, or he's trying to, like, deter her by making it seem like he's not healthy enough to be... I don't even know if it's about coping. I think it's he doesn't want the position, and so he's, like, either trying to be such a burden to Elise and, like, seem so incompetent that she won't... Or incompetent's not the right word, but make it seem like he's so mentally unwell that he's not capable of it, or he's testing her for to prove something to her or something. This is almost pleasant, isn't it? Aside from the aggressive wildlife, of course. I guess. I should tell you about Luke's wife. She was killed in the Eater incident, although I imagine you already suspected as much. They made such a sweet couple. Every day they would walk up this cape, hand in hand, and she would gaze out over the flowers with this warm, contented smile. Luke himself has some training as a warrior. He would guard her as if she were a princess, and he her gallant knight. I'm sorry, it's just... The wounds of the heart are slow to mend. Hey, here we go. We actually get to question it. Is Luke fit to serve as mayor? There are none who care for right and its people more than he. The villagers and I are certain that Luke will rise to the occasion. He just needs a little more time. It has been but a year, and we are all still suffering. Some seek to bury the misery beneath cheery faces, and others are yet trapped in the memories of the past. Luke, I fear, is one of the latter. But if a bouquet of flowers is what it takes to help him work through his sadness, then I would pick every bloom from this cape. Will you give me a hand to find some of the prettier flowers? Pray think of it as a tribute to the deceased. Choose the ones with the brightest petals. Those are the kinds she loved best, I think. Yeah. Also, graphics update appreciation moment. Woo! Look at those plants move as I walk through them. Let's see what we have. A vibrantly colored flower picked from the split hole. Yeah, for sure. The echo, definitely. Yes, these are beautiful, thank you. Luke will be pleased. Let's take them back to Stonegazer before they get crushed in some scuffle. What do you take me for? I wouldn't let them get crushed. Jeez. If I could but start that day over. We made it, and the flowers are none the worse for wear. Luke, Shizune and I have returned with the bouquet for your wife. Ah, splendid, thank you. Now, perhaps she will come. She will come back to... Oh, buddy! Sir! Ulysse, forgive me. I have asked such cruel things of you. And I must apologize to you as well, Shizune. My beloved wife, my dear neighbors, so many gone. After it happened, despair became my only company. I could not even save my closest friend when his torment was plain for all to see. I could never forgive myself. So I embraced this delusion, thinking that maybe if I tried hard enough, if I truly believed they were still alive, that the events of that day would fade away like the nightmare it was. But I succeeded only in hurting those around me. I understand what you did, sir. Truly, I do. You always were such a sweet girl. I will place the flowers you brought on her grave. She would have loved them. As for me assuming the role of mayor, I am sorry, but I cannot give you a decision just yet. Take as long as you need. In fact, I might need a little time to recover myself. Shizune, if you could give me a moment or two. Sure. I am grateful for your understanding, and the flowers you brought. My wife would have very much approved of the selection. Oh, we've got an ad coming. So, we'll start this quest after the ad. In the meantime, actually let me... Oh, that's not what I wanted to look. Northeast? Okay. Oh, right. If there's only 4 ether currents on this entire map, that means there's only going to be 2 down here, and the other 2 are going to be up top, probably. You know what? Since I caught the ad thing, I'm going to start the ad now, so that we're not just sitting here for like 4 whole minutes. And remember, guys, if you want that ad-free experience and you aren't subscribed to the channel already, you should subscribe. If I can get to 25 paid subscribers, so 25 subscribers excluding gifted subs, before I finish Shadowbringers, I will do the Nier Alliance raids on Black Mage. In the meantime, see you on the other side. Yeah. Okay, any yapping I do now does not belong on the bingo board. FYI. This is the Secret Shizune subscriber show. Welcome, everybody. But yeah. Shizune's Yap Corner, something like that, yeah. Oh, right, okay. So, the thing I got caught up talking to my mom about, during the last ad break, is I went on a walk today, and, a Barnes & Noble was supposed to open walking distance from me back in July, and then they postponed it to, I think it was originally September. Maybe it was originally October, but I hadn't heard anything since about them opening, and every time I walked by, like, there was scaffolding the last time I went by there, which I think was like last month. Maybe it was August, I don't remember now. But last time I went by there, there was scaffolding, but it didn't really show any signs of being turned into a Barnes & Noble. The building that it was going to be in. But today I was walking, and there's actually like Barnes & Noble like banners on the building, and like if you look in the windows, you can see them setting up the bookshelves, and they're opening up. Or like their opening is going to be the end of this month. It looks like it's actually going to happen, which is why I'm like, well, shit. Can the inner strength it's going to take to walk by here on a regular basis when I go on walks to not go inside, can that translate into like actual physical fitness? Please. Please, maybe. Please, yes. Because I already have to execute a lot of strength to go by, like, another thing that's on my route is my favorite, like, burger place. And fortunately, 2 things prevent me from eating there, which is A, it's expensive. B, it is a lot of calories. But man, oh man, are their burgers and milkshakes good. And their fries, and I judge places. I judge the quality of a place by its fries. If they can't even get fries right, I don't trust the rest of their food to be good. I must stay strong. I will. I'll stay super strong. And just check out more books from Libby. And welcome back from ads, everybody. All right, let's continue with this quest chain now. I think we're towards the end of it. Right for the, yeah, but they wouldn't have burned this quest name in the pun if it wasn't the last quest in the chain, right? There's a burger place like 2 blocks away from you that you adore, and you try to save them for special treats or particularly bad days. Yeah, I already told my mom the burger place I was talking about during the break. That's where we're getting dinner for my birthday. Because it's definitely a sometimes place. So yeah. Dinner from my favorite burger place for my birthday, and then after that, playing party games with the community on stream for birthday stream. It's here. Ulysses awaits a decision from Silu. See, the problem is every time I walk by the burger place, I can smell it. And it smells so good. Thank you for your patience, Shizune. Siluk still appears to be wrestling with his thoughts, but perhaps we can help him come to a decision. Sir, I don't mean to press you, but might you have arrived at an answer to my proposal? Not exactly, no. There is another matter I have yet to reconcile. Would you mind sharing this matter with us? Well, it goes back to the day that the Eater attacked the village. I was taking my turn as lookout here at Stonegazer. It's a duty we take very seriously. They say when the tower was originally built, and at the time before the flood, they were worried about wars and mountain bandits. But these days... Yes, there is far worse prowling around, and I failed to spot it. The Sin Eater which came that day did not appear as the other monstrosities I have seen. From a distance, it simply looked like a person. I wanted to be sure before I rang the warning bell, but I waited too long. Many who could have fled died because of my hesitation. You know, knowing who the Sin Eater is now, this quest makes a lot more sense. How could a man of such faulty judgment ever serve you as mayor? What comfort can I offer those whose loved ones were needlessly slain? None. Not whilst the abomination itself yet roams the free to kill again. I'll deal with it eventually. You would take vengeance on our behalf? That is good, for we are powerless before its might. Should the Eater show its cursed face again, then I pray you are as strong as you appear. I know nothing of the roads you have walked, or the battles you have fought, so I can but echo what Siluk has said. Our prayers will be for your victory. I mean, maybe we can. Is he still in the village? Like, can you still talk to him after you do the thing quests? Well, sir, you've heard Shizune's words. Talk of vengeance aside, I do not believe the villagers, either living or dead, hold you responsible for the actions of that monster. What would be interesting would be doing this side quest after doing the tank quests and seeing if it changes the dialogue. Or if they just act like you haven't faced it yet. And yet I cannot fault you for wanting to remain distant. Pray forgive me for pestering you so. Nay, 'tis I who should beg forgiveness. Though you've lost as much as anyone, I left you to shoulder the burden of leadership alone. All will be well with you back among us again. Come, let us return to the village. As I've said, it's unsafe to linger out here for long. Shizune, one last escort back to Ripe, if you would. I mean, some quests do acknowledge your, like, completion of other things, so maybe? I do wonder about... Granted, there have been other side quests in the past. Like, this is why I do the side quests in order like this. Like, as I'm doing MSQ and not saving them for later. Because, like, I did that in A Realm Reborn with this character, where I saved a lot of the side quests for leveling up Dark Knight from 30 to 50. And, like, the North Shroud quests still act like you haven't dealt with the Hawk Manor thing yet. That is completely fair, Ash. I'm probably, I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna see where I am story-wise by like 10:30. I was hoping we'd finish Alphino's thing tonight, but might not. We'll have to see. My thanks for your protection, Shizune. Not to mention your unfailing patience. It is my hope that now Siluk has unburdened his mind to us, his heart will be that tiniest bit lighter. I, for one, feel ready to face another day. After all, I have my friends and neighbors here to help me face it. Ah, there was one last thing I wanted to show you, both you and Siluk. It has to do with Wright's traditional industry, if you are interested in taking a look. Sure. Oh, good. I was worried you'd had enough of me. My last errand for you, then, will be to have a word with Siluk and bring him to the barley fields at the front of the village. I'll be there tending to the crops until you arrive. Oh, he's here. Whoops. Ah, Shizune, I'm grateful for your understanding and the flowers you brought. My wife would have very much approved of the selection. Now, was there something you wished to discuss with me? Not quite, but Ulysses does. And Ulysses wants me there as well, does she? We had best head over to the fields then. How long has it been since I set foot in these fields? Oh, that's not good, Ash. Go to bed. Take medicine. Please take care of your health. That's super not good. This is what I wanted to show you. This barley crop right here. This was your father's plot, wasn't it? And you've been tending to it in his absence? Every single day. I wanted to see his plans come true. His plans? Yes. He dreamed of restoring things to how the history books said they once were, before the flood ruined everything. Our village has long been known as a place of artisans. Even the name, Wright, is a nod to all the craftsmen that once made their home here. In years gone by, it's said a line of talos would stretch down the road, arms bearing lumber, and the shipyard would echo with the calls of the shipwrights and hard at work. And when the day was done, they would gather here to share an ale in the village. My father, he had hoped to brew that traditional Wright ale with the barley from this crop, to one day tap a barrel with his family and dear friends, and raise a toast to the future. Siluk, Shizune, will you raise a mug with me when that day comes? Of course I will. Ah, but my dear girl, the land here does not nourish the crops as it once did. I fear it will be some time ere you'll have barley fit for the ale you have in mind. In the meantime, will you help me with the rest of Clifton's plans? The rest? He wanted things the way they once were, did he not? Then we must first recover from the tragedy that was visited upon us. There is no simple solution, but I mean to do what I can to lead our community out of this mire of pain and grief. Assuming you are still willing to have me as mayor. Yes, of course, sir. Thank you. I was set to live out the rest of my life in denial. But you and Ulysses have opened my eyes, or opened the eyes of this old fool to what needs to be done. And for that, you have my thanks. Now, I had best get to work. I have folk to talk to and plans to make. When you've finished here, Ulysses, I should appreciate your assistance. Yeah. See, and this feels like such a natural, like, even though it's not part of MSQ, it still feels like it fits with, like, where we are in the story. Well, Shizune, I think this is where we finally part ways. Thank you again for all you have done for us. The people of Right will go on, even under the weight of our sorrow. It might not happen this day or the next, but together we'll find ways to make things better, to recapture the prosperity this village once had. I look forward to when you next visit. With any luck, I'll be waiting to put a frothing mug of right brewed ale in your hand. Okay, I appreciate it, but I don't drink. I mean, I'll accept the mug, but... and I will use it to toast, but... Now, let's swap back over to Bard. Just inconspicuously pour it into my inventory. Yeah, sure. Oh, is this where the, like, the ale mugs that, you can get as a housing item from submersibles come from? All the warriors of light who don't drink and are just like, thanks, Chuck, when nobody's looking. Throws the contents of the mug into the bushes when nobody's looking. Mmm, delicious. That sure was good ale. Very ale-y. Mm-hmm. Sure can taste that ale, exactly. Now we wait. This should be a good place, or as good a place as any. I do want to make a little more progress in MSQ before the stream ends. Yeah, you go to bed. Thanks for dropping by, Ash. I will hopefully see you in chat tomorrow. Good night. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits, at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? They aren't rhyming anymore. Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. Boy, oh boy, I bet there's a lot of people who wish that was true. I have only my brush to testify for me. though you will note that that it has been seen no small amount of service. Aha! Ho ho! Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hob. Very well. Come with... Or no, not a prop to be conjured on the hob. I thought it was weird that they were using weird slang there. Come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with her, or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our last vacant space, we retire to your more sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me! The mule! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Yeah, you hand out those drugs.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
Yulmore, finally. Looks even grander from this angle, eh? Eh? Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No? Not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through the joyous hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice, loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gatetown, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go! Enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being. Ethernet shard? Can I? Yes! Oh, right. Smaller than advertised. If you must know, I am here to register this man as a bonded citizen. And instruct him on proper manners, of course. I can't have him embarrassing me before my peers. Gross! Why is that something you even have to worry about? He's a person! Well, better get in line? Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alphino, an artist, and this is Shizune, my assistant. Ah, yes. I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Vothri, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Chai Nuz and Dulia Chai, a Mistel couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Thank you. Take these papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizens. Goody. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Yeah, paradise. Working for the rich and wealthy chosen few. Though we are not free citizens, by the grace of Lord Vothri, we are allowed to hold relatively comfortable positions here in the Bureau. We'd never do anything to jeopardize that, understand? Who are you? I'm becoming a citizen. At last. I'm so excited that my hands are shaking. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. Let's see here. A set of documents required to register as a bonded citizen of Yulmore. What have we here? Alphino, artist. Shizune, artist assistant. To be employed in the service of Lord Chai Nuz and Lady Dulia Chai. Chai Nuz, whoops. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh dear! You smell hideous, excuse me! Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Rude! Proceed directly to the delusory next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, Then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornine, the guard at the stairs, will give you directions. I didn't realize we were so aromatic. Do I really smell that bad? I've shown off my apartment. There's a whole bathroom with a bathtub in it. A clean Yulmorin is a happy Yulmorin. Don't forget to scrub behind your ears. We're to bathe in here, then. We have our pick of the stalls. But, oh, maybe we don't entirely have the pick of the stalls. Does this person say anything if we come in here? Yeah, you should draw the curtain, my dude. Okay, well, this seems like the most private, since it's facing away from the door. So, da-da-dee-da-da-da. You rinse yourself clean in this stream of water. No. Was the perfume thing in here? Or was it back in here? Wait, hang on. Still in here? Perfume? Here. What? Oh, wait a minute. Nobody saw that. I thought it was something I had to interact with. You apply the perfume as directed, and the delicate scent of roses fills the air. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Yes, dressed. Wait, I was supposed to take my clothes off before I showered? Is it not? That is to say, it seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? Ablutions, whoops. Hurry up and shower, Sinky. What would a Sinian say? Alize would have been drying her hair by now. Oh no, which one of these do I want to pick? I kind of want to say the hurry up and shower, Sinky one. Yeah, let's go with that. That's what my instincts are telling me. Hurry up and shower, Stinky. Fine. Just a quick rinse, then. We all know Astinian never showers. Oh, give him a break. He just doesn't clean his armor. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Istinian leaves his armor dirty for real? I mean, okay, here's the thing. Anime Central, the anime convention I go to every year, the, like, third largest anime convention in the country. Third or fourth, depending on the year. Their, slogan used to be Got Soap. Like the old Got Milk commercials. Because, like, there is that whole stereotype about how people, quote-unquote, don't shower at cons. Here's the problem, though. Even if you shower like you're supposed to at a convention, you might still stink. Because you know what you're not cleaning? Your cosplay. And if you're wearing the same cosplay all weekend, and you're not, like, at least spraying some Febreze or something on it, you're still gonna smell. Because you're still wearing the same outfit that you were sweating in all weekend. Stinky cosplay? Yeah. Like, especially if it's in a warmer space or like not well ventilated, or if it's like hot out when the convention happened. Plus, like, you're walking around, so you're gonna work up a sweat no matter what. Wash the clothes. I mean, you don't really have access to anything that you could use to wash your clothes at the convention. And like some cosplays, they need to be like hand washed or treated properly. Like, it's not just a matter of going to a local laundromat and washing them. Like, I have no idea how furries maintain their cosplays or like their suits during cosplay or conventions. Anyway, well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been, successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then? I guess. Also, I just realized, if I don't want things to be a total pain in the ass, I'm going to kind of have to finish MSQ, or like not finish MSQ, but finish the Yulmore part before the end of the stream, maybe? Because, well, I mean, we'll see. But it just occurred to me, I'm not going to be able to teleport back here if I leave. We'll need directions to the Chai residence. Although, maybe it won't be as big of a deal if I can at least use the summoning bells here. You're looking for to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Heh, he said but. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters. And above that, you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Yulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. Then look for the Grand Dame's Parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Stairs. Oh wait, the Aetheryte's like down the stairs from here. According to the message engraved in the base, special permission is required to use this Aetherite. Fuck you too. Now the real question is, can I check my retainers here? Yes. Okay. I can check my retainers here, and if I can use my, or I can just queue into stuff. Oh, it'll be fine. I don't need to finish Yulmore tonight. Well, what is it? Well, what is it? Spit it out then.
Oh, who's this then?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he will paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
I haven't heard you say my name in a cutscene.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see?
Oh, please, oh, please.
Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Just imagine me standing behind it, giving puppy eyes.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content.
Roaming is what I do best.
Isn't that right, darling?
That and running people's errands for them.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Off you go. The city is yours to explore. Oh, but do be careful along those outer walkways. I should be most upset if you were to slip and fall. If my wife has given her permission, then you need not seek my say-so. All I ask is that you behave yourself. Draw no attention and be respectful at all times. Alphino would send you into the city to explore. Now you've the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls. Mayhap? Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Okay. Amiable maiden. Ooh. I think I know exactly the voice I want for her. Oh, hello there. A fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Just a little. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? big, strong lad, long hair tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I'd dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. Uh-oh. You okay, bud? Wicked white, that was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just reach out far enough. You risked your life for a scrap of cloth? What? Wait, what? Oh goodness! Terry, Rizabelle, thank you so much for the raid! Hi, everybody! What is up? It's not just a scrap of cloth. Not if it belongs to her. I would risk my life and more to spare my mistress but a single moment of sadness. When I first came to Yulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to the city than wealth and plenty. There is no more war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. I mean, they do that at the Crystarium, too. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Colusia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I might have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. She is the one who sent me to you. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. Oh, how are you? How is your stream? How are you enjoying Final Fantasy XIV? Where are you now in 14? I'm trying to remember where you told me you were before. Elpis? Oh, okay. Then we're gonna shut up because spoilers for anybody who's not caught up with the game in this chat, but right, okay. Well, you're at a good part. Half tissues available. I will never leave my lady's side again. My attendant told me everything. I am so very grateful that you were there to offer her your assistance. Trying to level up your black mage? That's fair. You seem a dedicated patron. Oh, my attitude is not unusual, I assure you. Without the efforts of our bonded residents, we free citizens would not enjoy the pleasantries of our daily lives. They are deserving of our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Yulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, and otherwise, is given over to the city. Okay, you have a good night. Thanks for dropping by, and thank you for the raid. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. Oh. Always talk of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. Not at all. A tour of the city, is it? Then you really must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Ahem. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of ShB usually has her seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. Yay, the beehive! I will say my least favorite thing about the Shadowbringers custom deliveries is that when you do oh no, now I'm blanking on his name. But when you do the custom delivery for the guy who is located here, it changes the music. And at first I thought it was just going to be a sometimes thing, like when the singer is out, they'll change the music. It's not, and I actually prefer the more chill music over what they replace it with. The Beehive. The Beehive is a place of noise and excitement. A little sting to invigorate the safe, pampered lives of Yulmore's free citizens. Regardless of gender, this establishment's bonded workers are often called honeybees, while the owner reigns above them as queen. That's the thing, I don't love them changing the music due to customs. I like the nice, smooth jazz. I don't like the music they change it to. Also, hang on, I just need to take in the sights for a moment. Okay. Sorry, just doing a little sightseeing. Don't mind me. Welcome to the Beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folk are new to our happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see. Always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to get to set you at ease, eh? A quick game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? Alright, let's go. You ready for a game of high or low, then? Let's play. Good for you. No time like the present, I say. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over, and I flip 2 of mine. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? I think low. You're going with low, then? Right, let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 16, and you have a total of 9. I win! Congratulations! Your guess was right. I mean, it wasn't much of a guess. Usually I concede defeat at this point. But what do you say to a rematch? One more win, then we'll talk about that favor. Hold on. I don't think think that's what we agreed to, but another match of high or low? Come now, little honeybee. We all need our diversions. That's the spirit. Let me sort out the deck. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over, and I flip 2 of mine. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Low. You're going with low then? Right, let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 19, and you have a total of 11. Well, well, would you look at that? I think you've got a knack for this newcomer. Congratulations, victory is yours, as is the prize I promised. Come whisper in my ear, then, and don't be shy. Tell old Trista what she can do for you. Just looking for information. That's all? How delightfully wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin Eaters. They say Lord Vothri was born with the power to command them, which means no Yulmoran need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Atharn over there. There's not that Mary likes more than the sound of his own voice. Oh. Was that? New to Yulmore, you say? Only just arrived and already you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I tell you what, you hop up on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. Yay, I have to pole dance for information. Let's go. That's the way! Dance like there's no tomorrow! I don't know if I can whistle right now. Oh, that was bad. Best I can do right now, though. Now that was a show! You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. I'll pass. So, what was it you wanted to ask me? Ah, yes. Something about our fairs, or about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us, around 20 years ago now, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with the Eaters, you see. Turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Yulmore. No longer an enemy to be feared. And yet, elsewhere, there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. Ha! A toast to Lord Vothri! You gained a preliminary sense of the city. The Chais and Alphino will be expecting your return. Where is Elfino? Hmm? Ah, yes, the assistant. Was there something? Uh-oh. We're gonna snooze this. Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city so soon? You needn't have hurried back. Young Elfino has yet to put brush to canvas. Where is he? One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. Oh yeah, I forgot he gets an outfit change here. I've put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me! That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy. However am I to decide? What happened to painting? Exactly. The lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Well, I'd not... That is to say, as long as you... just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know who will be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewelry next? Poor Alphino. I think Elfino looks simply precious in the more frilly fashions, but he seems the most comfortable in traveling wear. So I settled on his current wardrobe. It's not a common style in Yulmore, and I can just imagine the heads turning as he strides through the crowd. I really must have your mentor concentrate on his art. Our anniversary will be upon us soon, and I promise to have a portrait to commemorate our union. Alphino draws you close with a whisper. Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us, and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. MSQ is going! Alphino just got his outfit change. And I constantly have to remind myself that I can't use the etherite here. Ha ha, I'm stuck! I won't be able to do anything off stream that involves leaving Yulmore because I don't want to have to teleport to right and then run all the way over here. Or right or Siltide, I'm not actually sure which one is closer. If either of them is actually closer. Where is... Oh, right. It's down here. I know, no teleporting from me. Oh. I'll deal with that sightseeing log later. I forgot about that. I just got hit with so many memories of trying to land on that fucking lamppost. least I can kind of teleport. Let's see here. Who am I supposed to talk to? Oh, ad upcoming. Well, I guess I'll figure out who I need to talk to during this. Oh, here we go. Oh, her. Right. I guess during the ad break, we will try to do the, sightseeing log, because why not? First of all, before I forget. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start the ad now. There we go. And I will see you guys on the other side. Which bee? The honeybee or M2S? Damn it. I'm guessing you guys are talking about rating. What was the angle on this? Maybe the problem was just that I sprinted? Oh, I was just slightly off that time. Okay, so we know I don't need to sprint. We just need to angle it right. Hey! I did it. The offices of the vaunted Yulmoran military, though once ensconced in the canopy above, the change in policy which accompanied Lord Vothri's investiture as ruler saw the army fall in prominence, its officers relegated to the mid-layer chambers, which once served as the city's jail. Now back to guard. Got a few more seconds left of ads, and then continue. And welcome back, everybody. All right, let's continue with MSQ. I think I might know where I want us to stop. Maybe it depends on if side quests pop up. But for now. You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me. Please, I need your help. My throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm of no use to him, then I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorek. Here's a list of symptoms and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Let's see here. Right, okay. Well, I've attuned to the Glory Gate, so that's a good starting point. I want to go down this way. And there is what looks like a Amuro keep over here? Yes. Oh! We have an Amuro for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to your register. That way you'll be able to come back here anytime you like. You know, excuse me. You know what? Let me see where I can take it. Yeah, worst case scenario, I can always teleport to Right or Stilltide and then take the Amuro Porter. And then just the Aethernet's still a pain in the ass, but at least it's something. Hee. You need medicines? Tonics? Potions? Let's see here. Coughing. Hoarse. Hard to swallow. Feels like something's there. Sore throat. A portion of meal. Intended as payment for an apothecary's medicine. Here you go. A cure for an ailing voice, is it? No medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised, and even then the voice may never heal completely. Hee, poor little songbird. They will kick her from the nest, or will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Oh-ho, your face! You didn't know? Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies. But the rest? Gone. A town of nightmares it is. Not for this ship's rat. No. I'm content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict, and I have my meal. Good day. And that is all of the Aethernet shards. Oh, okay. So if I go to the mainstay, that's probably my best bet. Yeah. Oh, right, because that's where this quest is anyway. Don't mind me, I'm dumb. Did you get my medicine? You said there's no medicine for you. So that's it? Or so that's it? What am I to do if I can't sing? Ah, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... So, you've been suffering all this time? I am sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out into the street. You are too kind, sir. But what use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more a burden to you than treasure. Then I shall have a word with Lord Vothri, and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise, where resides neither pain nor illness, will your song ring out clearly once again? Or mayhap you think it a step too far? No, you would do that for me? Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. I'm sorry, ascension? Ah, you must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them to celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vothri that we learned this truth. It is through Lord Vothri's grace that the free people of Yulmore are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment, until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy. Lord Vothri truly is a great man, isn't he? Now, if you'll excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. Yeah, compassion. That's what I'm feeling like I've shown her. Alphino, this place is creepy. Oh, right, I can't use the Ethernet to get back upstairs. I have to actually walk. How dare they? Don't they know who I am? It looks super good, Alphino. Oh, dearest, we really should have found you some new clothes. Yes, my love, you're probably right. 'Tis good to see you back. You were taking so long, I began to worry something had happened. I mean, it kinda did. Just not to me. I've begun sketching an outline for the portrait, but... Nay, the chies appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned from us are? Sketch! He's calling that a sketch, guys. This is what I was talking about earlier. Oh, I'm not that great of an artist. I doodle. This place sucks, by the way, Alphino. So, Lord Vothri boasts some manner of influence over the Sin Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. As for this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many folk have entered the city over the years, then where do they go? sketch. Alphino seems eager to discuss the significance of your discoveries. Oh, we're on that scene. Did I already fulfill my ad obligations? I did. Okay. That's right. Yeah. Because I did the jump puzzle. Okay. Alphino seems eager. Okay. Yeah, we at the scene. I take my eye off you for one moment and you're chattering away with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done then? Outline. What in the blazes? What's wrong with it? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alphino. Where is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. Okay, to be fair, like, this is why you shouldn't... I get the importance of showing artists, or like, showing people progress when you're making art for them. But first drafts and like, I know I was making fun of him, but sketches are not going to be representative of like the final product. Like if I were to show, like if you look at a piece of art that somebody has commissioned and look at the flat colors versus it once it's actually rendered, world of difference. I am holding on to the initial drafts of the book I'm working on right now because I want to be able to show, especially like young aspiring writers, the difference between like the books that you are finished and polished and edited that you pick up at a bookstore or on Amazon or wherever versus the first draft, and how incredibly different they are, and how like, yeah, when you first write, it looks like shit. It reads like shit. But that's because it's a rough draft. That's why it's called a rough draft. And then once you like edit and revise and rewrite, eventually you get to the final product. Like when your first draft is never gonna read like the stuff that you buy at a bookstore. Same thing for art. This is still just what Alphino has done in like pencil or charcoal or whatever. If there's supposed to be color added to it, if he's supposed to put more work into it, it's not going to be representative of the final product. Lord Chai, you stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joyous occasion, it seems to me that a realistic portrayal... Realistic? I don't want realism. I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken the jaws and weaken the knees. To make people cry out in amazement. You probably should have told him that. Now, fetch a blank canvas and... I say, did that come from above? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down. And one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. A malcontent? How dreadful! And this man is to face sentencing? That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the Emergent, the level above us where Lord Vothry resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The crown lift will take you up there. We better not dawdle then. If you want to see justice being served, stop dawdling and take the crown lift up to the emergent. You will be careful around that malcontent, won't you? I should so hate for you to come to any harm. Although I imagine Lord Vothry has the villain well under control. Joining the crowd up there? I guess.
That's him. That's Vothry. He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12. Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vothry, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Yulm is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society!
So what does that say about you?
To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do? But offer the sinner another way to show his contrition.
I will say, awful character, but his voice actor is very, very talented.
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin Eaters are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
Tis true that Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmor?
Oh, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
Boy, oh boy, who does he sound like? By the way, everybody, vote!
And people call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so. Did that little worm just insult me?
Boy, are you dumb.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Thank you, again. Forgive me. In my anger, I seem to have marched us back outside again. Though it is probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find a few allies in Calusia. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Agreed. Kaishir, I have done you a grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now Lord Vothri wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I am certain we can find work for you there, if you are willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well. But you must promise you'll be careful. The Ulmorans may yet come looking for us. I'll keep my head down. Don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. Alphado! Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you... What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphino. Now I've had many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me. But there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. Gross. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vothri and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I am sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We are leaving, but I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind as to procure for me. One moment. I wouldn't keep it. I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return. I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. I'm sure for them that came out of nowhere. Ooh, are they... We're at the other side of Gate Town now. Alright, cool. We did get as far as I thought we would in MSQ tonight. Which means tomorrow we can do the Elysee part. I'm stupidly proud of what I named tonight's stream, so now I need to think of something just as good for tomorrow. Woo! Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side through this whole sordid endeavor. Whilst not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for, our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the First are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Vothri and his subjects. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. Here I am, level 75, and we're still on level 70 quests. Oh well, it's fine. It'll be fine. We're doing everything mine anyway, so... It is good to be back amongst friends. In such company, I can finally turn my thoughts to the future. But ere we discuss all we have learned and begin planning our next step, I think it best that you visit Elysee. Her familiarity with Amarang will no doubt provide us invaluable insight. And besides, I know she is eager to see you as I was. Bring a smile to her face, Shizune. Alright. And we will continue with Elize's side of things tomorrow. So, thank you everybody so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're on Twitch, still subscribe to my YouTube. I post shorts and sometimes highlights from streams on there. Also, since I dual stream, or multi-stream, whatever you want to call it, all my VODs are on there too. I mean, not all, but like as of the beginning of this month, all of my VODs are on there. So, in the meantime, why did I type out wrong word? There we go. Yuzi's streaming, and she's also on Shadowbringers, so let's raid Yuzi. She's probably a little bit ahead of me, but I know she's been doing subathon stuff, so Yuzi, me. Go tell Yuzi hello from me. And yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, also, I should probably do my whole spiel. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, subscribe on Twitch. If I get to 25 paid subscribers before we finish Shadowbringers, I will do the Nier raids on Black Mage. This is significant because I am a Bard main, and I like the mobility of Bard. Black Mage Nier raids will be content. We'll call it that. But yeah, in the meantime, also, Sunday we will be doing Sigmascape Savage minimum item level no echo with the community because I hit over 50 subs. So also remember at 100 subs I cosplay as the Corn Servant. Yeah, also be sure to follow me on Tumblr, Twitch, or I mean obviously Twitch, Tumblr. I meant to say Tumblr, Instagram. I am also now on Blue Sky. Join the Discord. That is the best way to get like behind the scenes stuff of what's going on with the channel before I announce it officially. And yeah, I'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow with more Final Fantasy XIV, where we will be doing Elize's leg of the Shadowbringers. Okay, now you guys can go and say hi to Yuzi for me. You guys have a good night. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and bye-bye!